Okay.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jen Ockman. I am the former Run on Duncan girl, termed Certified Integrative Health Practitioner. And I'm here today to bring you 30 days of LinkedIn Lives. This is a fantastic wellness series called Shift from Fatigue to Fabulous. And so I've been talking about all things wellness related, especially things that relate to nutrition, hormone balancing, both for guys and the girls, stress management techniques, and all things that you can do to make sure that you are feeling healthy, strong, sexy, and fabulous. So today I am super excited to bring on a special guest. This is Mike Manley. Mike started out as a client, became a friend, and is now a business partner, as he has invited me to be a founding partner in his new venture, which we are all going to talk about today. So I am so excited to invite Mike on. He is my first ever guest on a LinkedIn Live. It is a kind of a stormy day here in Atlanta. I just want to say a quick shout out and a quick prayer for all our friends, family, loved ones who are in Florida right now waiting for the arrival of the hurricane. Please get out. Please evacuate. Please be safe. My prayers and thoughts are with you for sure. I have family in Florida, which thankfully they have now left the state. So if you're sitting in Florida watching this broadcast, get up, get your hiney into the car, and please leave. Be safe. So with that, I want to introduce again Mr. Mike Manley. Mike, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, Jen.
And today, I just wanted to kick it off with kind of a first question, kind of a little bit of a fun story. So do you mind sharing with the folks? We first met via LinkedIn. You found me here on this very platform. So why don't you share a little bit about the story? Because I still think it's pretty funny.
Yeah, my wife does too.
And we love Trish, so that's a good thing.
You got that right. You got that right. So I guess to back up, I was searching LinkedIn for help for my wife. We are very active adults. She is 15 years my junior, but we love to run. We love to train for races together because that's such great quality time. So it was a big part of our lives. And Trish was very active, running, lifting weights, but into her 50s, and Jen's all about knowing these hormones. She put on 10 pounds and she could not get rid of it. And I would do anything for my wife. So I was trying to help her. I'm looking through LinkedIn. I'm seeing a lot of ladies talking about nutrition and different things. And I talked to three. Jen Ockman was the most down-to-earth, logical, beautiful, and nice lady. And I chose to go through Jen. My wife came home from work. I said, hey, I met this really good looking blonde lady on LinkedIn today.
I still to this day, I tell Trish to say, my gosh, I wish I was a fly on the wall to see your reaction when Mike said that. Because if anyone knows Mike, I mean, he is the best, most good-hearted, most amazing person. So he was trying just totally to get a rise out of Trish on that one. That was funny.
And you know what? It backfired. She did not want to talk to you.
No, it took months.
Yeah, it took a little while, but I convinced her to have a call with Jen. Long story short, because I know we only have 30 minutes, we listened to Jen. And within 60 days of kind of transforming the way that we looked at our nutrition, Trish was down 16 pounds and she was just loving it. I did it with her to be, supportive. I was down 23, back to my high school wrestling weight. I had to go buy new clothes. And I said, nope, I don't want to do that. So I put a few back on. So
healthy lean muscle, though. Healthy lean muscle.
There you go. There you go. So that's what really got this whole thing started for me and us. And the pandemic then hit. And that meant everybody was at home working 6 feet away from their refrigerators. And I did not like that. We've always kind of been into fitness. And Americans by and large were overweight. And I said, this is not good. They're going to be sitting 6 feet away from the refrigerator. And so we need to do something. In addition to that, I've been blessed my whole life, I suppose. But recently, I was bone on bone in my right knee, and it looked like my running days were going to be over. I was not happy about that. Orthopedic guy said, well, I can give you a new knee. I said, yes, I can run again. He said, oh, Mr. Manley, I'm sorry, your running days are over. And that's not what I wanted to hear. So I left. I got really lucky to be referred to having stem cells injected into my right knee to regrow the cartilage. From my age, it was something like out of science fiction theater. But I tell you what, worked so fabulous that no pain. I couldn't even walk. I couldn't mow my yard, but I can run again. And Trish and I are running, and so I thought, I've been
let me stop you right there, actually. Sure. So when we talk about stem cell therapy, which is amazing, and in fact, because of conversations you and I have had about this, we investigated, and my husband's actually getting stem cell therapy for his back. Yes. Yeah, for his back, where he has herniated discs, and we're doing that in October. So really excited about that. But one of the things we did talk about was the fact that the quality of the nutrition, the quality of the custom supplementation plan that I put you and Trish on, all these things really helped make sure that you were getting the maximum benefit out of that stem cell procedure. Because anytime you do a procedure like this, if you can be in your best possible health with the least amount of stress, really getting quality nutrients, you're just really laying a great foundation for that stem cell therapy to then work, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The lady that actually did the injection is a nurse practitioner, and I've become very good friends with her. And she said, Mike, of all the patients, and they've been doing this for a long time, and they're very successful with it. She said, nobody has reacted as positively, as quickly as I did. It was a matter of a week and a half or 2 weeks, and my pain was gone already. Now, obviously, it's a long process, but she said, you're kind of amazing, Mr. Unstoppable.
And we definitely all know that. So tell me a little bit before we get into talking about this new idea you had. I alluded to it in the promo of this event, Club ABA. What is your background, Mike? Because it's not necessarily from a business perspective. It's not a wellness or running company type background. What's your background?
Not at all. I'm 73, so I've got quite a bit of background, but I'm a musician. I've been a drummer all my life. That was the first job I had. I was playing nightclubs when I was 15 years old. Don't tell anybody else that. But I'll always be a lifelong musician. My degree from college was in Parks and Recreation, because I love sports, I love activities, I really love people, and that gave me an opportunity to provide activities for people. I was director of park districts. I got recruited, got into financial advising, and that was another way to help people. That led me into banking. So I was banking 20 years. I supervised 42 branches for a large bank in the Midwest. I was always a financial planner. And then I bought into a broker dealer who trains financial advisors. And so that's been a lot of my background. I recently bought into part owner of a baseball team.
Very exciting. I was so happy to be there for the inaugural session.
Just finished our second season, and it was fabulous, Jen. So I've been blessed and just have a super life. I just want to pay it forward. Exactly. So that's where the whole idea of Club ABA came from. And awesome. ABA means activity builds activity.
So for our guests who are watching this on the replay, you're joining us on, Wednesday morning. It's August 30th. And I have my friend, my client, and now my business partner, Mike Manley, with us on today. And Mike just gave us a great background on who he is and how we got connected here, right here on LinkedIn, an amazing social networking, professional networking platform. And we are going to go into now, really, Mike, what really inspired you to start Club ABA, which is, again, Club ABA, activity builds activity?
It's I love this so much because all my working life, I tried to help people, and most of it I was helping people to retire financially well. And what I missed was the health part of it, where I saw a lot of surveys done, and people really view their health as the biggest thing they need in their retirement. So I coined the phrase, your health is your true wealth. And so now I want to help people physically, mentally, spiritually, and financially enjoy their retirement. And I'm a man, and men typically, they want to retire as soon as possible so they can go fishing and golfing. And they retire and they find out that 8 hours of a day is a lot of hours. And, they golf once or fish a couple times, whatever. And then they say, well, I don't know what else to do. They end up sitting around. And as soon as they stop moving, I'm sorry, but they're gone. And that's not what I want to see happen. Women are a little bit better because they have a lot of hobbies and activities they like to do, but the same holds true for them. If they're not moving, that's why so many people fall. And once they fall, they don't like the physical therapy and it hurts. And so they don't do it and they sit around, and that's why they don't last as long as they can.
Well, exactly. And it's funny. I was just, talking to a doctor yesterday, Dr. Michelle Sands, and we were talking about hormones. And one of the interesting things she brought up is that once women hit menopause, the rate of getting a disease, losing bone density, losing muscle density, osteoporosis, all these things, I mean, it triples, doubles, it's 10 times more because, our hormones are the things that are keeping all our systems going, keeping our metabolism moving. And then when you add into that, the mental aspect of it, of depression and, leading to increase in Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, dementia, all these things, it makes staying active and mentally engaged just that much more important. We work hard all our lives and then we retire and then we're too sick and tired to do anything about it. That's certainly not how I want to enter retirement. And I know that's not what you're doing.
Well, I'm a pretty happy guy generally. And Trish and I, when we were training for marathons or half marathons, you do a lot of, it's running 12 miles. It takes a while. So we have a favorite trail, and you wouldn't believe the number of people that we pass on those trails. And I just noticed, probably 80% of them are sad. You wave, you say something, and they barely even, respond. That's not good. So my biggest thing is to have fun, to make people smile, make them laugh, because they feel like it. They feel good. And if they feel good, they'll move. So Club ABA, activity builds activity. We are going to have nutrition information. That's where Jen really comes in. I probably couldn't do this without her because I'm not an integrative nutrition health person. I'm a very active person, and she taught me about nutrition. But, the content and the videos that we'll put, I've got people all over the United States that are going to be what I call celebrities. These are experts in different areas, but people will get nutrition information. They'll get the proper exercise information for their levels where they're at. We'll have activities to do. Again, I used to plan activities for everyone. There'll be activities from hiking and biking to dance classes, cooking classes, book clubs, treasure hunts, all kinds of things. And this can be done locally with groups or online, everywhere.
Yeah, I think that's a really exciting aspect of it because you guys are based in Peoria, Illinois. So right. I think, and starting out when we talk about launching this, again, Club ABA is a membership opportunity, a membership club focusing on those areas that Mike mentioned, and being able to do things live locally is fantastic. But talk about the online aspect, because you mentioned the pandemic and when people were shut in, and that's when you really kind of got this idea to say people were lonely and alone and not moving. So how does Club ABA help fill that gap for people?
Well, I think for me, and Jen knows this really well, at my age, I didn't grow up with technology. And so, it's difficult for me. But when I was working, what I was doing was being a business development officer for our broker dealer, and I was calling on bank presidents to get them to let us train a financial advisor and put them in their institution to work with their customers. And so Zoom came into play because nobody wanted to have anybody come in person. So it took a while, but it hit me that, man, you can do a lot of things with Zoom. I wouldn't have to fly or drive or put so many miles on. It's less expensive that way. And so I thought, well, gee, I can reach a lot of people and help them to retire the right way. And the whole premise is I want to start right now, at least with people 50 and over, preparing them for the right way and the right things to do to have a great retirement and put joy in their lives. So if people say hi, they say hi back, and they want to have some fun. So we will have a lot of fun. Believe me, you see me doing some dance move to get people up out of their chairs, you're going to have fun. You'll laugh.
I'm sliding in right under the radar because we're going live in the fall, and I'm turning 50 on October 11th. So I'm making it just in time. But one of the things I think that I was most excited about is, really the opportunity for people to form memberships and to form community. So kind of what's your vision for, maybe the split between some doing things in person, if it goes really well in Peoria, how would you expand that kind of local community building and activity building outside of the Illinois area?
That's it's amazing. I told you about the baseball team. That's in Springfield, Illinois. It's about an hour and 15 minutes south of here. So we'll do some local kind of things in Springfield and Peoria. And the reason for that is I have lots of ideas. I want to see what people really want and like to do and what they'll join in on. But once we have some of that information, like I said, we have people selected throughout the United States. I'll have them do their stuff locally, just like we would do here. So we'll have a lot of local things going on. People like to hike, generally like to walk. So we'll hiking together, biking together, and then doing, cooking classes together. I particularly like the dance classes. There'll be like ballroom dancing. So many women want to have that. My wife is not a big rhythmic kind of individual, but she really wanted ballroom dancing. So we took it and she did great and we loved it. So there's so many things people can do to be active, but I want to, the more you move, the more you can move. And we want to travel. Like I said, I'm 15 years her senior. And I started to say my genetics is not on my side. So I have to do everything I can. I want to live a long, fruitful, and happy life. And we want to travel a lot. And so, why not be as healthy as possible and pass on my knowledge and our collective knowledge with the celebrities, I call them, to help people. That's what it's all about. It's just really to help people. When I pass, I want to leave a legacy of, he really, truly wanted to help others. And that's what it's about.
I think without a doubt, that's going to happen. One of the things that we talked about when we were talking about future state and future vision for Club ABA is the opportunity to maybe kind of franchise local chapters, right? So is that something that you think is critical kind of to that growth and to building that kind of local community development versus maybe, the online only presence?
I sure do. My age, I wasn't online all the time with technology. And I still think face-to-face, right with people is the best way. but we have this opportunity to do this. And, I've trained a lot of people in a lot of different things. So if I find somebody in Austin, Texas, or Denver, Colorado, or Boston, Massachusetts, I'll train them and we can franchise this thing. And if they, if they're entrepreneurial, they can have their own. I'm not in this for the money. Sure, money's always great. Believe me, I'm a financial advisor, right? I'm in this for the health and the well-being of Americans as citizens, and to help people. So franchising could be a great thing to happen, and hopefully my wife can benefit from that eventually, and my family, and but again, it's to help people.
Yeah, for sure. I think one of the things that I'm most excited about is that having the focus. First of all, having the focus on 50 up community, whether you're single, whether you're married, whether you have a partner, whatever it is, you're getting a lot of similarities in terms of interests. And I like the idea of, community building, both in person and locally. I think that is so, so important. So when a member comes in and then they have access to fantastic, personal trainers, dance instructors, right? Wine connoisseurs, myself from the nutrition content perspective, and being able to get some really great information, be able to come in and say, hey, I am 50. I do want to live longer. I want to start to kind of put a plan together for myself. And look, I've got this whole group of experts who have kind of plans laid out and consultations available. So in a way, it's like one-stop shop for what you said, right? Financial, yes, mental, physical, spiritual, which is absolutely phenomenal. I think that's going to be such a great model. And like you said, it can start, can start out online, it could start local, but just getting people together, because this day of technologies and AIs and bots and all these things, human behavior is never going to change. Humans need other humans. And that's the thing that keeps us young, these connections that we have with people.
You wouldn't believe the number of people that I've met since I've had this concept in my head. Such great people. Just last Saturday, we took the train to Chicago and met our daughter and her husband from Indiana. They came over, and they had never done the architectural boat tour, and we did that. The host was just brilliant, but we're sitting in the back of the boat, and next to me is a young couple, and my wife and daughter and everybody kind of thinks I'm nuts because I'll talk to anybody. And so I think
that's a good trait for somebody who's building a community health, membership. So you're in the right place, Mike.
I start talking to this young couple, and wouldn't you know, I said, I'm a drummer, and he says, well, I'm a drummer. My dad was a drummer. I said, oh my gosh, they were a young couple from New York, Manhattan. Okay. And he says, as a matter of fact, I own a record label. And I said, well, you and I might need to get together sometime. But, it's if I get in an elevator, I'm going to know everybody in that elevator before the doors open again. And my wife goes, what are you doing?
No, you are the perfect front man for this, my friend. Drummers might be in the back, but you're the perfect front man for this organization. That's for sure.
Well, people are great, Jen. I mean, seriously. Yeah. Go ahead.
We've got just a few minutes left. So I guess wanted to ask one quick question, and then I wanted to get your perspective on things. So when do you see, the first kind of soft launch of Club ABA happening at this point? We're looking at like October timeframe, so I can be old enough to join.
You don't have to be 50 to be one of the celebrities.
Oh, okay, good.
And by the way, we're starting at 50, but you know what? Those 30-year-olds, if they get this now, wouldn't that be great for them later on? So we may, we got to get it going in the right direction first, and then we can take in the younger crowds. But I think we're in position. As a matter of fact, I'm going to tell people on this live, if you want to get a little bit of a taste of Club ABA, go to the website, go to clubaba.com, And there's just, we've got it started there. We'll be adding tons of content and videos and all that kind of stuff. But you can get a feel for Club ABA, clubaba.com. There you go. And, see if any of that strikes you. One thing that people have told me was, going to a gym is just awkward for me. I got all those people looking at me and, I don't think I'm whatever. Club ABA, you can do all of our things right in your home. You don't have to go to a gym. I'm not saying that's bad. I certainly go to a gym, but some people don't like that. And you're going to get special individual attention from a lot of different sources, celebrities with a lot of expert knowledge in different areas, just all in one spot. I have done a lot of research. There's nothing like this available. Hopefully, maybe this starts another wave of things like that. But we're going to be launching soon. We're getting ready. I would say it's going to be in the fall. It could be September, October. We won't wait for Jen. We'll go ahead.
I'm a celebrity. I'm in. I'm producing the content. I am super excited to be a part of this because, I talked to in LinkedIn on my bio, I talk about my profile is 40 up, though, I've got some 30-year-old clients right now. I talk about focusing on women. I've got a couple guy clients right now. So you're right. I think the audience is there, but I love this opportunity to provide information to people in a different forum, in a different way, and to reach more people, because I think information if you look at this from a medical research perspective, I think women, nobody's going to argue with this, women have traditionally been underserved in terms of participation in medical studies, money allocated to medical studies, and things like hormones. I mean, it's terrible. 80 to 85% of OBGYNs aren't even trained on hormones. So that's why we have women who are getting such bad advice. And so when you think about the traditional age for menopause going in is around 50, with perimenopause starting a decade earlier. And there's this whole host of symptoms that people could be having that they don't even know is associated with their hormones. And they're just getting these Band-Aid prescriptions instead of really real knowledge to say, hey, this could be what's happening with me. Let's look at solving this kind of at the root cause level. And how do I help women ride that wave as our hormones and our bodies keep changing? Because everyone is living longer. Right? Women are living a lot longer. Men are living a lot longer. And so why should they be living in a time when they're just not feeling their best? Right. So as we end today, Mike, what's one piece of advice you would give people who are, say, they're not retired yet, but they're maybe 5 years away from retirement, and maybe they're looking at their money and they're saying, I'm just not sure that I have enough. What would you say to someone in that? And you got 2 minutes to answer.
Well, I would say, that's been a big part of my life. And you and I talked that, I didn't do this for financial planning, but I do have a lot of experience in that. And if people join Club ABA, we'll give the first 50 people that join an opportunity for a free consultation on their finances and financial planning for their retirement as well. But you know what? Your health is your true wealth. Get that down before you retire. Living longer is not the problem. Enjoying that life is the problem.
Exactly.
So we're going to help you enjoy it. We're going to help you put joy into those golden years instead of just living longer and can't hardly get up out of your chair. People fall all the time because they don't know how to prepare. You got to have muscles still so that you don't fall if you get.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I am just so proud to represent the celebrities that we have and the concept that we've put together. And you'll find if you go to the website, the dues, it's a subscription, a monthly subscription, are very low. We're not looking to make tons of money. You can give that money to Jen if you want.
Now, Money is not bad. Money
Yeah.
helps us do better things, right? It's a vehicle for things. Let's make sure we're putting a good money mindset out there. But I love how we priced it in a way that I think it's very affordable, so we can reach a broad range of people who may not have access in their local communities to the
Right.
type of services that we're looking to provide. So I think that's absolutely phenomenal.
Yep.
Phenomenal. And
I
so
would
excited to
say-
be part of this with you.
Thanks. I would just kind of say in my closing, I'm so thankful for you, because the information you provided our family was what really led to this. And I'm so blessed that I've had a lot of different things in my life. I know activities and sports and financial, and and I'm very outgoing and I love people. So
Clearly, you're very shy. Yes.
yeah, so yeah, thank you so much. Anybody that has a question, go to Club ABA. There you can have a website. I mean, an email. You can ask me questions.
But you're
If I
also
don't-
right here on LinkedIn. So if you've
Yeah.
gone to this event, Mike is tagged in the event. Definitely send him a connection request, send him a message, engage with him. And as we get going into fall and we start really the launch campaign for Club ABA, I'm going to invite Mike back. We can talk about the grand opening, all the great stuff that we will have. And again, this is just such an amazing way to make sure that we are working towards something and that we are all feeling healthy and happy and joyful and prepared to really take these last 20, 30 years of our lives and enjoy them. So, Mike, thank you so much for being my first guest in my LinkedIn Live ever. And I look forward to seeing you again soon.
Yeah. Love you, Jen. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.